Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome to my channel. Today we will discuss conditionals if, and we will discuss also wish if only time closes. Conditionals. There are two parts to a conditional sentence: the condition and the result. The result depends on the condition. As you know, we have the sentence, the conditional if, consists of two parts: the if clause and the main clause, or in other words, the condition and the results. The result depends on the condition. In English, we have real conditionals, which talk about real possibilities, and unreal conditionals, which talk about imaginary or impossible situations. Here are some examples of each type. Real conditionals. Zero conditional. Example: if someone breaks a window, an alarm goes off. If someone breaks a window, an alarm goes off. As you see, the if clause is in the present simple, and the second part or the main clause is in the present simple, because we are talking about a fact or a truth. First conditional: if I miss the bus tonight, I will take a taxi instead. If I miss the bus tonight, I will take a taxi instead. Unreal conditionals. Second conditional: if I owned a car, I would drive to work. This is conditional if type 2. If is followed by past simple. If clause is in the past simple. The second part, or if the main clause, subject, would plus infinitive. Third conditional: if I had studied harder, I would have passed the test. If I had studied harder, I would have passed the test. As you see, the if clause is followed by past perfect. The main clause, subject, would have plus past participle. And we will also discuss mixed conditional. If I had finished my work yesterday, I wouldn't be so stressed out today. As you see, the if clause is in the past perfect, and the main clause would plus infinitive. We call this kind of sentences mixed conditional, and we will discuss it later, inshallah. First, we will start in details with zero conditional. As you see, look at this example. If you don't water flowers, they die. Here, don't water, this is the condition, and the result will die, or they die. If I have a headache, stop watching. If you have a headache, stop watching TV. As you see, the if clause is in the present simple. The main clause is also in present simple, or it could be imperative. If you have toothache, go to the dentist. If you have a headache, stop watching TV. With zero conditional, we express a general truth, or we give advice. With zero conditional, we express a general truth, or we give advice. Use of if condition versus when time clause. The word if implies that a situation happens less frequently, and the word when implies it happens more frequently. That means that we can replace if with when, but there will be some kind of difference in meaning, okay? Because if we use if, it means what? If I have a day off from work, I usually go to the park. If I have a day off from work, I usually go to the park. Here it means, it implies that having a day off from work is not frequent, But when I use when, let's look at the meaning here. When I go to my favorite restaurant, the waiters greet me by name. When I go to my favorite restaurant, the waiters greet me by name. Here, when it implies, or the sentence implies, that I go to this restaurant frequently. First conditional. Now we will discuss first conditional. Whereas the zero conditional talks about real present situations, the first conditional talks about real future possibilities. If the weather is nice, we will go for a walk. If you don't apologize, she will never trust you again. Look at these two examples. Here, if clause in the present simple, the main clause is in future simple. If the weather is nice, present simple, we will go for a walk, future simple. If you don't apologize, present simple in the negative form, she will never trust you again, future simple. Also, we can use unless. Unless means what? It means if not. It is also possible. For example, unless the weather is nice, we won't go for a walk. Unless you apologize, it means also if you don't apologize, we can say it in another words using unless. Unless you apologize, she will never trust you again. First conditional, real future possibilities. Condition whether it's sunny or rainy tomorrow. Result, we will go to the beach or to the movies. Here, if it's sunny, we will go to the beach tomorrow. If it rains, we won't go to the beach. We will go to the movies. We will go to the movies. We can also reverse the order of the condition and result in the sentence with no change in meaning. That means that we can change the order of the sentences, and we can start with main clause and we put the if clause the second. Okay, but note here that we don't use comma if we start with the main clause. We use comma if we start with if clause. After the first or before the second, we put comma. But if we start with the main clause, we don't use comma. We will go to the beach if it is sunny tomorrow. We will go to the movies if it rains tomorrow. Also, other words beside if. There are other expressions that we can use instead of if, as long as or providing that. Mean what? They mean but only if. Compare. Let's compare here. They will succeed but only if they try hard. They will succeed but only if they try hard. Or we can say it in another way. They will succeed as long as if they try. As long as they try hard. As soon as is used to emphasize immediacy. This situation is very urgent. I will call you as soon as I have more information. So if you see that the situation is urgent or to emphasize something, we use as soon as instead of if. The situation is very urgent. I will call you as soon as I have more information, or if I have more information. The first conditional sentences, it is possible to use other words instead of if or unless. When, as soon as, by the time, the moment, that, until, they are called time clauses, but they have the same structure as first conditional sentences. Practice time. I am going to take a shower as soon as I will get home from the gym. What is the right answer? The right answer is get. I'm going to take a shower as soon as I get home from the gym. Okay. Number two, unless I will find my watch, I will have to buy a new one. The answer, unless I find My watch, I will have to buy a new one. I will have to buy a new one. If the surgery isn't want to be successful, he will have just 6 months to live. The answer, if the surgery isn't successful, he will have just 6 months to live. Number four, you will have a great time if you will go to Rio. Here we started with the main clause, so it should be present. Uh, uh, if you will have future, you will have a great time if you go to Rio. You will have, the answer here, you will have a great time if you go to Rio. We will be disappointed if nobody comes, will come to our party on Friday. We will be disappointed, the answer, we will be disappointed if nobody comes to our party on Friday. And we notice here that nobody is singular, so the verb is followed by S, if nobody comes. If you forget, you will forget your wife's birthday next week, she will be upset. The answer, if you forget your wife's birthday next week, she will be upset. The answer, if you forget your wife's birthday next week, she will be upset. Number seven, will give him the documents when I will see him later today. I give, the answer, I give him the documents when I will give him the documents when I see him later today. The answer again, I will give him the documents when I see him later today. The last one, when will get married, I'm going to have a simple wedding. When I get married, the answer, when I get married, I am going to have a simple wedding. One more time. When I get married, I am going to have a simple wedding. Now we will see a summary of what we have discussed. Okay, just now. Conditionals. Conditionals are sentences in which one thing depends on another. Use the zero conditional for things that happen regularly in daily life. If you freeze water, it turns to ice. Both verbs are in the present simple. The word if implies that a situation happens less frequently, and the word when implies it happens more frequently. Use the first conditional for things that are real possibilities in the future. If it's sunny tomorrow, then we will go to the beach. If it is sunny tomorrow, then we will go to the beach. Although both events are technically in the future, we use the present simple in the condition and will going to in the result. You can use when instead of if when the condition will definitely happen in the future. Use as soon as to emphasize that the result will immediately follow the condition. Use unless in place of if not. Use as long as or providing that to emphasize the condition. It means but only if. I think that's enough for this session. Till we meet again, I wish you a happy time. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe, and I wish you have enjoyed watching my video. Thank you very much.